Perfectionism is something you and I are familiar with. What if I tell you that we can befriend perfectionism and leverage it to move forward in our business instead of holding us back? Hi guys, I'm Jane, your Jinkies girl, who helps coaches with a mission like you to gain clarity and confidence in your business so that you take aligned actions towards making your vision a reality. In my experience, perfectionism is something that never truly go away. In fact, just earlier this week, perfectionism actually held me back from going live on Instagram, and it's until today then I got this awareness. Oh, it's actually holding me back. And you know how wonderful it is. I get to use this example to show you how I navigate it, right? How I embrace it, right? And you know, there comes this point where I was like, wait a minute, what makes me think that I'm not perfect as I am? Because what actually held me, the thoughts that came up that held me back from going live was something like, oh, I need to find a day where I did my makeup, where I wear contact lens, where I feel energetic, feel high vibe. And you know, these are really little things. And in fact, when I reflect back, in the past, I actually went live just right after I showered with all my wet hair, messy hair, and just had a casual chat with my audience, right? So it's like, okay, that's not truly a problem at all. And you know, so what was I truly afraid of? So I get to coach myself this way. And you know, as coaches, it's all about how we approach and navigate perfectionism when the awareness of it comes up, right? And how we coach ourselves through it like you would coach your clients through it. You are probably very aware and conscious of your thoughts, of your beliefs, of your attitudes towards life as a coach. And you know, just last week, I have a coach who is very aware, right? She got on a call with me, and you know, after we discussed her next action steps, you know, like she told me, I know I need to work on my perfectionism. And you know what? Instead of looking at perfectionism as something we need to get rid of, what if we befriend it? What if we embrace it and leverage it to take action forward instead of letting it hold us back, right? And today, I want to share an alternative way to reframe perfectionism. So it's quite fun. On the call with the client, I actually told her that, what if instead of like trying to see perfectionism as something we need to get rid of, right? What if perfectionism is something you are constantly working towards? So instead of thinking like, okay, this post today, this content today is something that I need to perfect before posting out. What if I play with the content, the offer, the business today so that this is a step towards perfectionism in my business? Or in another way of looking at this is like, you know, it's one of my favorite songs from Jessie J, Masterpiece. It goes something like, you know, we are perfectly incomplete and we are always working on our masterpiece. Like, it's a very, very beautiful lyrics that like always, like I can't remember how many times it made me cry. Yeah, so that's one of my favorite songs. And you know, it's through our trial and errors, through our messy actions, that we continue working on our masterpiece. And when talking about masterpiece, you know, or any kind of creation, product, service, art form, is not meant for everyone. Not everyone will appreciate the same art, right? The same drawings, the same art piece, the same creation. Your masterpiece is not for everyone. It's meant for this group of people who appreciate you, the value you create, the art that you create, the value that you put out into the world. And this group of people are your soul people, your soul family, the people you are meant to impact. And you know, earlier I shared that perfectionism is something that will never truly go away. And I shared just earlier this week I experienced it, right? And I was just reflecting back on how perfectionism has showed up in my life. rather, in this, ever since I started this business. So at the start of my business, the first thing, the biggest challenge I worked through was showing up on IG, right? Putting my voice out there, my truth out there, my belief out there, my face on camera even. And that's the initially how perfectionism show up. I was concerned with whether my content, the colors, the fonts are perfect enough. I was concerned with how I look in the video, like how it showed up earlier this week, right? And then after I got comfortable with sharing my voice, showing up on camera, I can't imagine that I'm so comfortable with showing up on camera, not without fear. There is still like fears and doubts, but it's not as intense because I have took messy actions to show myself that it's safe to show up no matter what, right? And now after that initial stage of learning to show up, expanding my comfort zone around showing up on in Instagram, the next stage where perfectionism showed up was through my offers. Like I had the thought that, do I have everything in place, right? Do I have all the things of my offer figured out? Do I have have I nailed my messaging? Have I, is that something people want? I was trying to make it perfect in so many different ways, so many different angles. And when I truly look beneath it all, what is this perfectionism protecting me from? I realized that it is actually my fear of how people are perceiving me because of my past trauma of being ostracized, as well as some ancestral trauma that I was aware of. And I was afraid that people will reject me because of my flaws, because I wasn't good enough. So I invite you to look beneath your perfectionism. What is it actually protecting you from? What is the fear that is protecting you from, right? And when you peel open these layers and layers and start coaching yourself, you can start to see that it's not as scary, especially after you try putting yourself out there. Just at the edge of your comfort zone, testing things out and then expanding that comfort zone, right? And, I find that, as coaches, it's important that we are constantly coaching ourselves. And I know that you already know this. You coach yourself like you will coach your clients. And sometimes, right, we can be so fixated and stuck on something that we need another coach to support us. And it's totally normal because this is us as humans, as our human experience. That's why coaches need coaches and healers need healers and the other way around. And it's also very amazing and beautiful that through our first-hand experience, right, we get to experience how all these challenges is like, so that we can sympathize and empathize with our clients when they are going through the same thing. Sometimes I feel like it's not that we need to totally get over it or integrate it. It's that we have experienced it. We know how we are constantly coaching ourselves through our day-to-day. And through coaching your clients, you are teaching them how to have that curiosity towards their thoughts, their behaviors, asking themselves, looking within themselves to find out what is their truth, right? And like I said, it's really truly beautiful how it's like we are going to school through life, learning through life, right? And gaining all this wisdom. And then from this wisdom, we get to share with others. And yeah, that's all I have to share about perfectionism. I hope you can make this your own, right? This new perspective on perfectionism. Instead of getting rid of perfectionism, befriend it and see how you are working towards perfectionism. And instead of making perfectionism a day-to-day thing. Yep, and if you are ready to play, to experiment in your business and life with Gene Keys, of course, in my world, I have an unconventional implementation of Gene Keys, human design, and astrology. DM me, I would love to check how I can support you in your business. And yeah, currently Business Alignment Program is open for enrollment. It's a 8 weeks or 16 weeks program. And to align your business to you, to run business your way. It's all about coming back to yourself. If you are interested, if you are ready to play, to achieve your dreams, to take the aligned actions towards your dreams and making it a reality, DM me and let's chat. See you.